Hi everybody, how are you doing today? I hope everybody is doing well. I want to go over some things real quick and push through this. I am burnt out. I have been doing nothing but watching and taking notes to be able to give this to you, to the point that I was just, for the last hour, writing and scribbling because I just couldn't get it right. And I'd have to listen to it 20 times and still write it down wrong, and that shows you are done for the day. You are burnt out. Yesterday I left off on my video and I said part 4, which was an accident. I was actually supposed to say in part 4 because I had said about there is an older document that I need to read to you, but it's in part 4, or the rest of what matches with the documents I was reading you. I said there's another document that went with that it'll be read in part 4. So I believe we're in 2, going into 3, and what else? I wanted to talk to you real quick about, and I'm probably not even going to read it because I'm just so burnt out in reading, but I can look at it and kind of tell you what I wrote today. And it's just because I see so many people in denial, and whether it's denial about this or other things, it goes with that cognitive dissociation. I can't say that word. Sorry. I tried before. Basically, it's the same thing. Denial is a way of protecting yourself from things you cannot handle. But to me, it causes more issues, more pain, more trauma. This situation to me, it is best to face the situation head on and deal with it. Deal with the situation right away. I believe in this situation, that is definitely the best way to handle it, which means with what I'm reading you, stop denying it, because the best thing you can do with this situation for you, your family, and your friends is hit it head on and deal with it, because this is going to be the biggest decision of your life. It's going to have the most and biggest effects on your life and your friends and family. So how do you just stay in denial? And here's an example. You're in a bad relationship. Your partner's cheating, disrespectful, beats you up, whatever, doesn't come home. And you keep saying, oh, they'll change, they'll get better. They keep saying they're going to fix things. We're going to work on it. And you stay in that situation another so many years. For what? To keep being disappointed, to keep being hurt, to keep dealing with drama. And when you walk away, you've invested so much more time, so much more effort, so much more of your life. And what did you get out of it in being in denial for so many years? That's the best way I can explain it, because I think that'll hit people the most. And I see that so much in life with people. Listen, if I know you're no good, you're gone. I hit it head on. I'm not going to drag it out. I'm not going to try to, beg and plead and fight with you every day. I will give somebody enough chances and then I'm done. And then you have no choice but to walk away, especially when you hit a certain age. I'm not going to waste 10 years and start looking again. And let's say by the time I'm done messing around with you, I'm in my 60s or 70s. I don't want to be in my 70s or 80s looking for a new man or a new woman, whoever, whatever the situation is. I don't want to as a person. And I don't think anybody else wants to either. So why was something this important that changes not only your life, but your children's life, your grandchildren, and therefore after, whether they're living a good life or basically it's going to be like total darkness, poverty, being a slave again, like back in the day, having no rights. That's their last plan, is to dominate and kill off and use whatever small amount of people they keep here for a bunch of cruel things. And if you don't wake up, you could end up those people. I'd rather them take my life than be stuck in a world like that. So I would say your best bet is to face this head on, figure out the truth for yourself, and then figure out what the next step is to stop this from happening. It's already started falling. We see signs in it, even as yesterday. It's already started falling apart. But I'm just giving you the extensions of each end of where it could have or could end up. Now, I believe there's enough of us awake to completely stop it. But I want to wake up as many people as I can, because I want us all to have a chance. As many people as we can reach. And if you stay in denial and it doesn't work out for you, I feel sorry for you. And it's going to be a sad, darkened day. Not only that, you're leaving many children in situations they shouldn't be in. So, if you care about your children and everybody else's children that should never go through any kind of hurt or pain or innocence lost, then do the right thing. Open your eyes. Wake up. The truth is in front of you, and we are giving it to you from the very beginning when it started in history till today. So that's the best I can say about staying in denial or continuing to find the truth and awaken. This is not a conspiracy theory. This is not a cult. This is none of that. But we are going up against one. So join us or see wherever your situation ends up. That's all I can say. And I really pray the best for everybody. Again, look in your Bible, look for your truth, see what, it says. This is nothing new. This has been all over for a very, very long time. Especially if you're religious people. It's been in your Bible for as long as you've started studying. And if you're not, you've heard about it. Trust me. Everybody has. Everybody has talked about it throughout my whole life. We just didn't know what, when, or where. And now we do. Okay. Tired of talking. Let's get the reading and get moving through. Okay. 1 year later, in 1777, Adam, and again, I tried to pronounce his name, even listening to it over and over again, I'm not going to get it. Winhart. And it does have a different pronunciation than the spelling. So, and again, there's no more Adam, so we're going to stick with Adam. Joined Grand Orient, and I hope I say this right, Corsanic Lodge. He made over 2,000 Jesuit heads of the many lodges all over the world, establishing a massive empire of power. The Jesuit order was the spider in the web. Then Adam officially left the order, so there never could be any suspicion on the Roman Catholic Church and the Jesuit order and the plans of the Illuminati. The Rothschilds used their rich to finance every war. They also realized by financing both sides, they would always come out even better off financially, and they had no mercy. Not in war, not in money, not in any way. No mercy. The group had just begun their personal goals, personal gains, wealth and power, the submission of the royal families, the annihilation of all the other regions except the Roman Catholic faith. Oh, I'm sorry, I read that wrong. The annihilation of all the other religions. I said regions, didn't I? Tired. Burnt, I'm telling you. The annihilation of all the other religions except the Roman Catholic faith. And I have so many scribble marks on here. The destruction of all world governments, world domination of the Pope, and revenge on all the ones who ever were against them. For more details, you will have to watch the documentary sequel. Again, I cannot give you every detail for many reasons. I can only give you enough to see this is real. So you will do your own research. It goes back to what you were taught to believe and real history. So that was one of my thoughts at the end that I added in there. It is what you were taught to believe. This is real history. This was not man tweaked to serve them like it is in the books that are written by man. So how do you know your real truth in life? How do you know your real history in life? Because they put it in a book? I tend to go by documents that were found back then because you can't trust what people wrote in your history books. They made school books different than actual history books and documents and everything else because it's what they want you to know and think. And we've already went over that, so I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time. But it goes back to making you angry instead of making you smart. Okay. So I'm going to finish with my thought here, because I guess I wrote more. Okay. So where did I just leave off? Okay, to believe or your real history. Brainwashing and control of what they allow us to know, but when you research, you will find the real truth. I know a lot of people want to chalk it up to conspiracy because you think it's easier and better to keep believing what you have been brainwashed to believe your entire life. But it's not. You are being led straight into danger and your own destruction and downfall of your and your family's lives. We are trying to do our best to warn you of the danger ahead. Please, for your own good and your families, wake up. Don't be one of those people who say, I should have listened. Don't fall into evil trickery. Remember, no matter our faith or religion, we all are on the same side of good and God and need to fight to keep it strong and here on earth. And in our lives, we cannot let these evildoers win or take control of anything. In fact, they need to once and for all be taken down and out of any positions they hold here on this earth and out of our lives for good. They are the only reason for the divide among us good people. You all who allow it really need to stop and join back with the fight for the good. Stop falling for evil trickery. We are all one and need to be under God. This is the way to our salvation, our win against evil, once and for all. The way to peace on earth. We are not enemies. They are our enemies. Okay. This divide and fight among all of us, good people, has to stop. In other words, the fighting they get us to do with their brainwashing, it has to stop. The false information that they have programmed into your head, you got to let go of. We are not the enemy with each other. Okay. The divide and fight among all of us, good people, has to stop. And the fight against the evil ones must really begin. And it must start with facing and really seeing the truth that is there. It has been there. If you only cared enough to face it and see it and look for it, so you can see it for yourself. It's been there all along, hidden by them, but as God says, search and you will find the truth. All the signs are there. It is time to wake people. Listen to the words of your God. Again, no matter the religion, He speaks to us all the same. Search and you will find the truth. It's in all of your books also, and what I mean by books is whether they're Bible books, religious books, they all tell you, search and you will find. Okay. It is all of it. I'm sorry. I lost my spot. Let me go back here. It's in all of your books. Also spread thy word. Spread this information to all the good people you know. God will protect us all, but we have to do the work. I can tell you I am not one for conspiracy theories. That is why I do research. And before speaking, know what I am saying and that there is that it is the truth. And proof behind it. There is truth and proof behind all of this, and if you follow your religion, again, no matter which one of your God, which one your God is telling you and giving you clues to peace on earth. Also, as you can see nowadays, He also told you more evil would walk this earth now more than ever. And control it and try to take over. If you allow it, you have to fight the evil. You have to stand against it. Only then will He step in and help you. The time is here and now. I couldn't get more clear than what I've studied in many religions than that right there. And again, no matter what book you read, no matter who you follow in religion, who you worship, and what God it is, it's our God. No matter who you call Him, no matter what you say, no matter what you think, no matter what your belief is. And again, I believe man's tweaked a little bit of, every religion as well. And that's why they're so separate. But it's also because we're all from different nations and nationalities. But we all believe in a God. So it should be in all of your books. I've been in many different religions and the stories don't change. They're all the same. So what are you fighting for? And what are you fighting over? That's what I don't get. Because they've put stuff in here that isn't true and doesn't make sense, and that's where your denial should be. That's where your denial should be. And instead, you put it with the evildoers. When everything in your life is pointing you in this direction. Wipe out that denial. Get rid of it. Clean it out. I'm just trying to be funny there because you got to break the seriousness for a minute. But I'm really being serious about this. The facts are the facts, people. Just open your eyes and see them. Okay. Now let's get back again. Get back to it again, basically. I can't give you all the details. I can do my best to pull some... I'm sorry. Make sure I read this right. My head is pounding from this. And I mean the research before I do this. Today it's been hard. Now let's get back again. I can't give you all the details. I can do my best to pull some important information out to help you see the truth. For I think I wrote that wrong. For more in full, the full version of it and details. Again, you have to go see the documentary and sequel. But I will basically give you the same information. She just has more details. If you don't have the time, if you do, go watch it. And then come back here and talk to me about it. Because I would really like y'all's opinions. Come on. And I'd like to have a conversation with you guys. Okay, I will start here. The first pawn they used and put forward was Napoleon Bonaparte. I think that's pronounced right. Won't swear to it. Sounds very more, I don't know, like professional, or I don't know how to say it, but proper. When you're speaking in an English accent. Okay, sorry. Bonaparte, 1769 to 1821. And that's the birth dates and death dates that they give with it. In the French Revolution. So they used Napoleon in the French Revolution. Everybody thought he was the front man. He was the guy. He was the one doing all this. And then no. Okay. That was orchestrated by the elite secret society, which was documented by and proven by Augustin Barreau. And his birth and death date was 1741 to 1820, which he wrote the accounts and focused on the founder of the Illuminati, Adam Weishaupt, however you say that, and the Order of the Elite. According to Augustine, the revolution was orchestrated by Freemasons and philosophers. Napoleon's advisor was a Jesuit as well. Emmanuel, I think it's Sayes. He advised Napoleon, on where to go and what to do. In today's language, he would be called his handler. So Emmanuel would be called a handler. According to many of these historians and researchers, the Jesuits were the ones who orchestrated the French Revolution. And within this time, he gained lodges from 300 to 1,220 with these Napoleon Wars. He gained from 300 to 1,220. Okay, started the French Revolution and the outcomes. Napoleon was chosen to play a key role in the French revolutions as the puppet of the Illuminati. The French Revolution lasted 10 long years with lots of death, blood, terror. It was designed to tear France apart. Sole purpose. Hold on, let me see what I wrote over here. Okay, this was their master plan. Basically, it was their master plan and was designed to tear France apart. Sole purpose, death and destruction, to destabilize the country through war and to destroy the French crown. Most of all, revenge found by none only but Napoleon's advisor, Emmanuel, Jesuit, as the rest, because he played a lot of key parts in it. I can't give them all to you. It was just too much. But again, if you really want to go see, go see. But just know his handler, that was a Jesuit, played a lot of key parts in everything. He told him what to do, how to do it, and behind the scenes, he was helping put other stuff in effect for this. Okay, of the Jesuits went... as the rest of the Jesuits went down the streets, murdering, plundering, and left a trail of destruction wherever they went. The Jesuits' plan worked. So they used him. They fought many wars. They won many wars, and they used Napoleon to do it. Their plan worked in every way. The Jesuits' order is the most dangerous of all orders. It has caused more harm than all other orders. The doctrine of the Jesuits entails that their supreme general is the sovereign of sovereigns and master of the world. Okay, from the book, Napoleon Bonaparte, Complimentary du Memorial de Saint Helen, as 1816, page 230. So that's where you can find this. I hope I said that right. Compliment du Memorial de Saint Helen, 1816, page 230. That's from the book. After the French Revolution, the Napoleonic War started. They caused more instability and destruction not only to France but to many more countries Napoleon invaded. In Spain, the royals were kicked out and Napoleon's brother was put on the throne. Every country that once banded the Khazarians and the Jesuits were in ruins. This was one of the order's most important passions, revenge. Again, let me say that. This was one of the order's most important passions, revenge. Remember that through this whole couple what do I call these videos that I'm doing. Remember that sentence right there. It's going to play a big part in this one and the next one, and I think the one before even. Okay. During the wars, they financed both armies because it didn't matter who won. They got all the revenue and wealthier. The Duke of Wellington was the one who fought and defeated Napoleon. Arthur Wellesley, 1769 to 1852, at the Battle of Waterloo, 1815. My eyes are going funny. Okay. Nathan Rothschild had his spies at Waterloo. That were with a carrier system that he had set up. A very fast carrier system. So that I'm not going to jump ahead of myself because that's what I was getting ready to do. He had a very, very smart plan with this carrier system, where with a carrier system for the fastest communication that was very important. I don't want to lose my place. Okay, let me start over. Nathan Rothschild had his spies at Waterloo that were with a carrier system, a very fast carrier system, because fast communication was very important in business, so that he would know first, before all others, the outcome of all the wars. When it was clear Napoleon had been defeated, the message was sent out when Napoleon had been defeated, the message was sent out to Nathan Rothschild. Immediately, he got the information 2 days before anyone else. That's why that was so important, and I wanted to jump ahead, but I had to stop myself because this is one of my videos. I'm reading this to teach you something. Okay, so he then had a brilliant plan. Instead of buying English bonds at the London Stock Exchange, he sold all the ones he had, as he knew others would be watching him, and others had seen him, and so they did the same. They followed suit, thinking that Napoleon had won the war again, causing the prices to drop dramatically. That was the moment Rothschild made his move. He bought all the English bonds and gilts that he could get his hands on, and they called them gilts, so I put it both ways. That he could get his hands on. He sold them, had everybody else sell them, and then he gobbled them all up, as much as he could buy. The smart move was because, like I said, they dropped. So he bought them back on a very, very low price, and much, much more. But with Napoleon losing the war, they were going to actually skyrocket now. So the others seen and did as well. They tried to buy him back as well. But Rothschild was now extremely, extremely, extremely wealthy for doing that. Very sneaky. Today, you would go to jail for that. And I forget the word now, but I had it when I was reading it. What's it, insider trading? Yeah. But again, they run the stock markets too now, so they get away with it anyways, right? Okay, the king was now in debt to the Rothschild. To Rothschild. King George III, 1738 to 1820, who was not only in debt to Rothschild for financing his wars, but the interest. And the interest was ridiculous. It was a lot of debt, the way they put it in here. He was now in the pocket of the Rothschild. And this is now what Rothschild says to everybody at this point. I care not what puppet is in place on the throne of England to rule the empire. The man who controls Britain's money supplies control the British Empire, and I control the money supply. Nathan Rothschild. So basically, screw you, King. I have all the money and you're in debt to me, so you're going to be my puppet. Do you not see how this all started with the Illuminati and what they were doing way back then? Next, the Illuminati Alliance, as we shall call the cabal, as it is short and to the point. And we're just going to start saying the cabal now. And this is next in 1914. And I'm going to read it again. The Illuminati Alliance, as we shall now call the cabal, as it is short and to the point, caused World War I. So we've already done the French Revolution. Now we're going to, and the Napoleonic War. And now we're going to go to, they also caused World War I. And how they did that in 1914 through 1918. Which was between Austria, Hungary, and Serbia. And Austria, Hungary are basically, I think, on the same side. The same area too. Again, she has the little diagrams, I don't. Okay, what happened? The ruler of Austria, Hungary, I want to make sure I say this right, but I know I'm not going to. I think it's backwards. I don't know if it is or not, because Joseph's usually a first name. It can be a last name, but it's Franz, F-R-A-N-Z, Franz Joseph the First, 1830 to 1916, had no successor to his throne. His only son had committed suicide. His nephew became his heir and next to the throne. Franz I don't know how to pronounce these ancient names. I'm sorry. Ferdinanded, whatever. We'll skip past the names. I'll try to give it the best way I can, but it's Ferdinand. Ferdinand, is that how you say it? I know it's not. It sounds like that, it's spelled like that, but I know how I hear it from her, and I don't know if it's because of the accent or if it's pronounced that way, because, you know, she's closer to speaking with their accents and pronunciations than English. Okay, 1863 to 1914. But his ideas were very different than his uncle with politics. He had a mind of his own. He married a woman that he loved, which the elite did not do back then. Of course, they were all arranged back then. He did not want to follow the Jesuit ways. He was a thorn in the side of his uncle. And I think his father too, because his father followed that way. he wanted to make it better for the people, is the easiest way I could say it without going into all the little details. So his uncle sent him and his wife to the border of Serbia, where they were murdered. To the official narrative, it was, again, these names, Gavrilo Princip, and it's Gavrilo Princip, that pulled the trigger, and the Austria-Hungary declared war on Serbia. Germany joined forces with Austria, Hungary, France, England, and Russia. Later, Romania, Turkey, Italy, etc. came to the aid of Serbia, and we all know how that turned out. 4 horrible years in the trenches, 9 million killed. Germany was in ruins, and that is exactly what the Jesuits had aimed for. As Germany was mostly Protestant, if you remember, what was their pledge? To destroy their horrible race forever. So, that's the second war. Or third, yeah. Second. Was with I guess you can consider the Napoleon War, and then we just did World War I. So yeah, the second war. That they basically are getting all their revenge on all the people and all the countries and all the religions that they wanted to get their revenge on one by one. They're taking them all down. Do you see yet? Do you see at all what they continue to do? And I'm going to tell you a little secret that you should know. Even when they fall a little bit, or they have to step back into hiding, and something may not go their way, they just regroup and come back. It's not a secret. Because I've already told you that in the very first part. You think they go away, and they just keep coming back. Oh, come on, that's everyday life with everything we hear. You know, if they win, if they lose, they regroup and they come back. It's just how the movies play out as well. It's in every war. The only difference is that they think they're a secret society and it's a big secret. And they're just going to keep popping up when they feel strong enough and take over. And they think that this is the final time because it's a big secret. It's not. For us who are awoke, we see right through you. We see you coming. And I just want the rest of you to wake up and see it coming too. I don't know what else to say to you guys. I'm just going to keep feeding you the information and feeding you the corruption and feeding you the secrets and feeding you the history until some people start seeing it and joining, and let's get discussing it. That's the best I can do. And sometimes I'll play around and throw some stupid jokes in there, and I hope you get it. But you gotta stop. You gotta stop being in denial. It is what it is. It's here, and it's time. And it's time to stand up and be strong and take care of you, yours, and all the people that you love. And look to your Maker, because it's His time to step forward. When it goes to the war against evil, He promised to come back and avenge us. So hold on to your faiths. Hold on to your loved ones. And fight like hell for the good, because if evil wins, we don't stand a chance in hell. And they think Lucifer is their leader. And they think that he's going to come and rule this world for them. And whether you believe that or not, they do. And the things that they do, to do those rituals are some very sick stuff. And you don't want your children to be a part of that. Or yourself. And if you believe that it is real, then you definitely know what's coming. So, either way, people are going to be tortured, people are going to die, and so are children. Children who have no clue what's coming their way. And I, for one, will never allow anybody to hurt any of my family or friends or loved ones. So, if it takes me running full force into it and fighting a battle, I will do it. I've done it since the day I was born. I've done it since the day my children were born, and I'll continue to do it. I don't care what happens to me. I care what happens to everybody I love. And if I make it out, great. If I don't, I meet my maker sooner. It's okay. But I'm damn sure going to fight that war. So, if it ever comes to that, you know where I stand. And I hope you guys would stand right alongside of me. Regardless, at this point, we want to stop that from happening. And that means you have to take out the ones starting the wars and wanting to bring Satan to this world. And I'll leave you with that. And I hope that you get it. I hope that you see it. I hope that you're awake or that you're ready to wake up. It's a whole lot better outcome that way. And we're going to end it there for today. And I am exhausted and my eyes hurt and my head hurts, and I'll put more into reading and writing tomorrow, and listening and writing, and get some more notes. I have some left over, but I'm trying to stay ahead of the game so that I can keep giving it to you every day without, a stop or a gap or anything. So I'm literally like 2, 4, 6 pages ahead of the game right now to keep it going for you guys. But I hope it was entertaining. I hope I'm reading it to you well. I hope I'm giving you the information well. It was rough today. I apologize. But I'm just trying to cram it in to get it out there in time. And hopefully you guys see what it is and see what I do and see what it's worth. And that's all I can really say. So, I love you guys. Take care. Love your loved ones hard tonight. Give them all the love you can. You never know what tomorrow brings, and you never know when it's coming. But we're going to beat these people, and we're going to take them down. And like I said, I've seen some signs, but we need to make them bigger, and we need to make a bigger dent and a bigger mark. And I'm sure it's coming. But I want to make sure, and I want to make sure we got the backing. I mean, I pretty much know we got enough to back us, but more always helps. And I want to see everybody, at the end in peace and love and happiness. That's what we all really deserve. And what's rightfully ours. And to live how we were rightly supposed to live. All right, guys. I love you. Take care. Again, love your loved ones really hard for, I don't know, until we find out what's next, because tomorrow's not promised, and we never know when it's going to be gone. So I love you guys. Have a great night, and I will see you on my next video. Love you. On.